What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and I'm here tonight with the review for American Horror Story. This is 1984, season number 9, episode number 3, I believe, you guys. If not, it'll be corrected in the description bar below. And the episode is titled Slashdance. So, you guys, without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and just jump right into the video. Alright, you guys, so the episode, it opens up where last week's episode left off with. You remember at the two cabins, it was the Night Stalker at one and it was Mr. Rickles at the other. So we pick up with the cabin that had Ray, Chet, Brooke, and Nurse Rita in the cabin. And it was the Night Stalker trying to kill her, talking about, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. And I'm like, well, damn. So then, they go and Ray and Chet go and barricade the door so that way he can't get in. So then things get a little quiet for a little bit. And they're like, did he leave? And then Nurse Rita goes to check. And when she goes to check, boom, he busts out one of the windows. And then they go barricade the window with one of the dressers. So, then Nurse Rita, she found the keys to her car. So she's like, okay, I got the keys. Let's get out of here. Well, Ray, on the other hand, does not want to do that. He feels like they should split up. I'm like, Ray, you're a black person. Now, I know this is set in 1984, but in every horror movie that has a black person in it, the black people never want to say, let's split up. Because if we split up, guess what's going to happen to the black person? They're going to die. So, they get the keys. They take off running, because there's another door. And when they go run toward that door, who busts in the other door? The Night Stalker. And Ray is right there. They were like, you said let's split up. It's 3 against 1. So 3, 1, deuces. So Nurse Rita, Chet, and Brooke take off running. And the Night Stalker, he's just slashing away at Ray. And I'm like, oh, Ray, look like you about to die, buddy. But Chet goes in there to save him. I'm like, Chet, you a dummy. Like, I would have left him right there. Since he was off of himself, I would have sat there and let him die. Just being honest with you, I would have let him die. So then at the other cabin, it is Montana, it's Trevor, and it's Xavier. So Rickles is banging at their door. So, they barricade their door. And then they, like with the other door, it all of a sudden stops. So then they notice at another window, it busts out. And they throw a bag in that is on fire. And, Trevor stomps the bag out. And he's like, this is a bag of shit. Literally, it's a bag of shit. And they go out. And it's 2 Rickles out there. And it's actually reminiscent of Halloween. I'm trying to think of which one it was. Halloween 2. There was a kid. What was his name? Ben Tramer. He was dressed up, literally, he was dressed up in the same mask that Michael Myers had on, and a cop killed him. And then there was another one. Oh, no. Just like with Scream. In Scream, I think it's Scream 2, and then it's Scream 4, where, Scream 2, because they were doing the Stab movie that was based off of Sidney Prescott's life, and then in Scream 4, people were dressing up for the Stabathon, where they would watch every Stab movie that had been in creation. So it was reminiscent of that, because these 2 boys were dressed up as Rickles. So, they were like, what are you asshats doing? And one of them, he said he had been holding on to that shit for weeks. I'm like, really? You held on to your shit? And the reason why they did this is because, everybody dresses up as Rickles on the anniversary of his killing spree. I'm like, so you want to dress up as a psycho serial killer? Great. On the anniversary of the death, on the day that he slayed a lot of kids. Okay, I guess so. Don't get it. I mean, I can see it if it was Halloween and you want to dress up as Rickles, but just the day that he killed people, why would you want to do that? Make that make sense to me? It doesn't. So, those 2 asshats got killed because what happened? Rickles came up behind one of them and he killed him. Then he killed the friend. I'm like, karma is a bitch. And she came back and paid you guys real fast, real soon. So, those 3 take off running. So then we see Ray and Chet. They have fallen into a hole. Now, mind you, Chet is pinned because he fell onto a spike and he's screaming loud. I'm like, I mean, I get it, he's in pain, but damn, there's a killer on the loose. I would think you would want to zipper the lipper because there's a killer, and if the killer hears you screaming and you're pinned and you're in a hole, yeah, the killer's gonna take you out. So then we see another kid that is dressed as Rickles, and he's taking a he's peeing, and he thinks it's his friends coming in, bother him, and he's like, thank you guys for bringing me. He's like, I know my mom begged you guys, so thank you. He's like, I can't pee with you around, and surprisingly, Rickles lets him live. But we see him again, and I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But Rickles surprisingly let him live. I was like, So Rickles does have a bit of a conscience when it comes to killing people. Kinda, sorta. Alright, so then we have Brooke and Nurse Rita. So they're together, and Brooke wants to go and find help. And Nurse Rita's like, so you're gonna just leave your friends here to die? She said, I bet they wouldn't do that to you. But then Nurse Rita's like, you know what? How about you go get help? You're like, here are the keys. Go down to the end of this road or whatever. Call for the police. So Brooke gets ready to walk off, to go get in the car, and Rita comes up behind her and she jabs a needle in her neck and injects her with whatever is in that syringe. Brooke asked her, what is in that syringe? She's like, hell, I don't know. Shit, I'm not even a nurse. I'm a psychologist. And we're going to get into Nurse Rita in just a little bit, or who we think is Nurse Rita. But we're going to get into her in just a little bit. But she does drag Brooke off. And so then we see Chet. He's still in that hole. He is, however, still alive. He has just passed out from the pain of that damn spike stuck in his, stuck right here. Like, damn, I know that had to hurt. Whoo, I can just feel that. So then, Ray is confessing to an unconscious Chet. So Ray fast forwards. He rewinds back to a year ago when he was actually in college. And, it was pledge week, and, they had some pledges there. They had the pledges getting drunk, and then they were hazing them, and then they, did, what did they do? I don't know what they were in a circle. I don't know if their hands were up each other's asses or what, but it was really weird to see that. So then one of the pledges, he was so drunk that he couldn't really stand up, so Ray took him out. He told him, like, get it together, man. Like, we're the minorities. Like, you're Asian, I'm black. Like, you got to get together. Like, I'm going to give you a few minutes to get yourself together. But after that, we're going back in. So the kid is like, cool. He was trying to pull his pants up, but he fell down the stairs. So Ray goes down the stairs, and he thinks that the kid is dead. So one of the other, the other fraternity brothers come out and ask him what's going on. He says, I think he's dead. He says, but I'll take care of it. So then we see Ray. He took the kid. He put him in a car. He let the emergency brake down, and he's trying to push the car over the cliff. And as he's getting ready to do that, the kid grabs his arm, and Ray's like, oh crap, you're alive. So he tries to save the kid, but he's not able to save the kid, and the kid goes right over the cliff. And he's telling all this to Chet, who he thinks is unconscious, but Chet's like, I heard everything he said. He was like, damn. And I'm like, wow, Ray, what a loser you are. And that is the reason why he dropped out of school. Well, the reason why he dropped out of school is because of that. And then, he also lets it be known that they just found the car, and it's probably not going to be long before they find his watch. So that's why he's actually at the camp. And so then, like I said, Chet came to, and he was like, Ray, can you help me get out of here? And Chet is like, forget that. And he dips out on him. I'm like, wow. Like, you killed someone a year ago, so you're going to let him sit here and die? Ray is all about Ray. And we saw that throughout this whole entire episode that Ray was only out for Ray's self. So then we see the others. They are trying to get away. And then Xavier's like, well, since Rickles is here, shouldn't we try to find Margaret? And they were like, Montana was like, no. What we need to find Margaret for? And then, Trevor's like, yeah, we should find her and Birdie. And she's like, who the hell is Birdie? He says, the cook, she says, so you want us to save Tammy Baker and the lunch lady? And they're like, yeah. So then, they hear Rickles, and they take off running. I think it was like the cab, not the cabin, but like the where the canoes and stuff are, the piers. So they run there and they hide and they can hear somebody and then they look and it's Nurse Rita and she is, bound and gagged. And, when they take the tape off her mouth, they, she's screaming and they do this, they cover her mouth to basically keep her from screaming. And her dumb ass, she gets out from under where they are, and Rickles is there, and Rickles sees her. Rickles takes one of those canoe paddles and just slams it in her mouth. And I'm like, well, it was kind of asking for it. I mean, they were trying to warn you that there's a killer on the loose, and Xavier told you, be quiet, we're not gonna hurt you, and you ended up getting yourself killed. Dumbass. Okay, so we have Montana, Xavier, and Trevor. They all run into Ray. Ray tells them about the other killer at the cabin. They ask him, he says that he got separated from Chet, and he had to hide out in the bushes and cover himself with the grass. And that's why he looks the way he looks. But the killer did try to stab him. And they were like, well, what about Brooke? He's like, oh, Brooke is with Rita. They were like, Rita? They were like, we just found the real Rita, and we don't know who Brooke is with, so we got to find Brooke. And once again, Ray says, no, he's trying to get out of Dodge. And so, Trevor says, okay, if you can make it down, out of the cabin, out of the camp, and make it to somewhere where you can call for the cops, do that. He says, do you know how to drive my bike? He says, yeah. So he gives him the keys, and so they split up. So Montana and Ray are gonna go try to get to the bike so they can go get help, and Xavier and Trevor are gonna go try to find Margaret and Bertie and even Brooke. Speaking of Brooke, where the hell is Brooke? Where am I at? So then we see Trevor and Xavier. They find Chet, and Chet is still in that hole alive. And Chet tells them that Ray was there with him in the hole, and Ray dipped the hell out on him. And they're like, really? He was like, yeah. So then, they were like, Xavier was like, I really think we should get a doctor to get you out of here. But Xavier does get him out of there. And when they get him out of there, he was screaming so loudly that Rickles actually heard him. I'm like, oh, I'm like, Chet, you're about to be dead, buddy, if you don't stop screaming. So, then then Rickles goes up to the hole, and Trevor's like, it's 3 against 1, and Xavier's like, it's 2 against 1. He can't fucking move. Like, what is he gonna do? So, Trevor's like, let's attack him. So Trevor goes and rams him, and he falls in the hole. And I'm like, that is not Rickles. That was too easy. And lo and behold, it wasn't Rickles, because Trevor has the mask. Like, that's not Rickles. I'm like, yeah, that's that fat boy that Rickles let live, who actually is about to probably die by that. Ooh. Damn, the way that Trevor rammed into him, homie might be dead on sight, because he's not making any kind of noises. So he might have been making some noises, but homie was dead. If he wasn't dead then, he was going to soon die. He was going to soon die. So then we see Montana and Ray. They make it to the cars, and then the Night Stalker shows up. And, Ray is on the bike, and he's like, forget you, Montana. See you later. She's like, you pussy. He really is. That. But as Ray is riding the bike, out comes Rickles, and whop, beheads the heck out of Ray. I'm like, that's what you get. Shouldn't have been off of yourself, because now you're dead. Like, you're dead. So Montana is trying to, get away from the Night Stalker, and she backs into the car, and then she pushes him, and then she makes out with him, and she says, why is she not dead yet? I'm like, oh, the plot thickens. Wow. Interesting. I didn't see that part coming. Really didn't see that coming. So now I'm going to flip over to Nurse Rita, or whoever the hell she is. Alright, so a week earlier we see that actually her name is Donna Chambers, and she's doing it. She's interviewing. She's trying to, to conduct, I guess, some research on, Rickles, and the lady's like, he hasn't talked in years, kind of similar to Michael Myers, because Michael Myers had not talked since he killed his sister Judith Myers, and that was he was 21, but I think he was 6 years old when he killed Judith. I think he was 6. I can never remember how old Michael Myers was. If anybody remembers how old Michael Myers was when he killed Judith, please leave that in the comment section below, because I actually always forget that. So she's like, there's nothing there but those dark eyes, and kind of like what Dr. Loomis said about Michael Myers. Only thing that he could see inside of Michael Myers was darkness. So Rita's like, well, I got Ted Bundy to talk. Like, he confessed to 2 murders that were unsolved. And she says she also talked to, the freeway killer, the trash bag killer, and also the butcher killer. So they were like, okay, cool. If you want to go talk to him, talk to him. He's not going to talk back to you. So Nurse Rita, or Donna Chambers, or whoever the hell she is, she goes in there and she talks to Rickles. So the guy that went in there with her, he's like, we recorded every conversation. She's like, okay, cool. So he dips out. So, Donna is having a conversation with Rickles about why he killed. And he wasn't talking to her at first. He was just looking like this. But then he says, I don't know, because she asked him, because, she was talking about his army background, and she asked him, had he hurt anybody or killed any, or anything before the army? And then she was like, so, she's just trying to figure out what could have caused everything to happen. He says, well, there's a lot of high fructose corn syrup and a lot of things. I'm like, so you finna blame this on that? Really? That was funny to me. So, she's, so what actually happened is he said that he didn't remember killing those kids. And when he was in a hospital, they told him that he had a psychotic break and that he wasn't redeemable. But Rita, technically she's not Rita, Donna Chambers feels that he is redeemable. And she says that she wants to conduct a study on him and she needs him to go back to his natural habitat. And, she shows him a clipping of, she shows him the newspaper article of Margaret. And he's like, anytime he sees her face, all he can think about is wanting to just stab her and kill her. And, that would awaken him wanting to kill people even more. So, Donna tells him, like, I need to get you out of here to get you back there. So she tells him, like, you need to kill the guard. You need to let the prisoners out. And then, you need to go and find a black trash bag. And then you need to meet me back at the camp. And once you meet me there, I'll be there under a different name. So then we see her, and, she is following the actual real Nurse Rita. And, the Nurse Rita, she's freaked out. Like, she's like, oh, you've been following me for a while. She's like, oh, I was looking at my map, and I was trying to get to, Camp, I was about to say Camp Crystal Lake, but that's not the name of it. Camp Redwood. She's like, oh, Camp Redwood, I'm going there too. I'm going to be the nurse. I'm like, you think you're going to be the nurse? You're not going to be the nurse. That's going to be the nurse. She's going to take you out. So Nurse Rita goes to the restroom, and when she comes back out, Donna has disappeared. Well, Donna has left, so she thinks. Then she starts driving down the road, and Donna comes up out of the back seat like that scene in Urban Legends. That's the movie, Urban Legends. That movie used to freak me out for the longest time. Like, everything in Urban Legends used to freak me out. Now, the second one, Urban Legends, what's the name of the second one? The second one was so freaking stupid, but the first one was so damn scary to me. And I have it on DVD. It used to freak, because I was, 8 or 9 when that movie came out, so I was terrified of everything. Oh, because at home, when I was a kid, I had a big walk-in closet in my room. Why did my mama give me that room? Because that was actually the master bedroom that I had. Because she didn't have the master bedroom. I had the master bedroom because I had the walk-in closet. And it was literally a walk-in closet. I done got off on a tangent. But I had a big master bedroom. I had the master bedroom. I guess because I had the most stuff in the house and my mom didn't. Because I had so many toys. But my toy closet, Oh God, I used to be, so every night when we would come home, I had to leave that light on because I was so terrified. Because after that movie, I was so freaking terrified. Like I always thought someone was in my closet. I always thought that somebody was in our back seat. Like every night when we would oh, it's so funny because she would always tell me when we would go to I would stay with my grandmother when I got out of school. I don't know why I'm saying this, but you know, I would stay with my grandmother, so she would tell me, go warm up the car. I'm like, huh? You want me to go warm up the car? She's like, yeah, here, get the keys and go. I'm like, no. I'm like, no. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm scared. She's like, what are you scared of? I'm like, I'm scared that there's somebody in the back seat. She says, boy, there is nobody in the back seat. I'm like, you don't know that. She's like, I just drove here. I'm like, but they could have hopped in the car on the way here. Like, you don't know that. They could have hopped in the car, like, when you got out the car, they could have jumped in the back seat. She's like, Jerome, there's nobody in the back seat. I'm like, Mama, there could be somebody in the back seat. But, Urban Legend. That movie freaked me out for the longest. Urban Legend, Halloween, all the movies that I love to this day, today, used to freak me out as a kid. And there's one movie that I will never be able to watch, which is It. Just cannot watch that movie. That movie just freaks me the hell out. Like, I'm terrified of clowns. But you guys, that was the episode. Be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification bell so you guys know when I drop anything, and also share this video. And I will see you guys in the next video.